Houses for Healing was founded probably a year and a half after I had resigned my job, gone into ministry. Our family, like every other family, has had issues, struggles with medical crises. And so I was going to the hospital visiting people with my dad. I noticed that there's a tragedy unfolding behind every closed door. And I realized the magnitude in that moment of the need. Houses for Healing, it's the response. And with so many wonderful people in Abilene, in the big country, we saw that we can be, here in Abilene, the story of the inn. You know, the inn in the Good Samaritan story, we can be the inn. We can enable the Good Samaritans out there to bring us the sick, and we'll care for them here in Abilene. We've got an opportunity to be that, and not just put them up for free lodging in tiny houses, but to get in the trenches with them, pray for them, lead them to Jesus.
Proverbs 17:22 says, "A merry heart does good like a medicine." And the folks that are coming to Abilene, going through cancer treatment, just a bad time, when you show them Jesus and you meet them right where they're at, it makes a difference.
This is not a ministry, as a lot of people refer to things like this as a ministry. This is a kingdom work. This is God at work here on earth. His kingdom at work here on earth.
The people that Houses for Healing benefits ranges broadly. There's the needs like cancer patients who come to town.
We looked at hotels and things to stay at, and really not knowing the area, that's all that we need to look for. And honestly, this is saving us thousands of dollars that we didn't have.
We also help people that are coming here for like cardiopulmonary issues, or if they've had some kind of a neurological, like a stroke or something like that. We help those kind of patients. Rehab, people are coming here for maybe they had an amputation, they need to learn how to walk again. And one that we're seeing on the increase are family members of hospitalized patients.
A lot of people think, man, I'm glad I was able to at least be there. But if you think, what if I wasn't able to be there? They want to be here with them. And there might be no way unless there was something like Houses for Healing.
The churches that adopt the houses have a wonderful opportunity. They are the front line of what happens inside that house. You know, having these tiny houses, one for every county, the big country, is pretty cool. It's pretty neat that we're able to love our neighbors like that. But the real meat of what happens at Houses for Healing is when someone goes into the house and they're facing, maybe a death in the near future. Maybe the news of their limit of life is much closer than they realized. Or maybe it's that news for a loved one. There's all kinds of things that happen on the inside of that person. It gives those ministry volunteers of that adopting church an opportunity to go to that place.
They just blow us away every day on how they minister to us. They just go out of their way to do everything they can to help us.
Without Houses for Healing, I don't know whether I would not be able to come home, get the medical care, stay as long as I do, and get complete medical care because I couldn't afford it.
Everybody needs a purpose in life.
This is a ministry of service, and as long as it exists, we'll choose to uplift, edify, and build up Houses for Healing.
It's because of the volunteers that Houses for Healing exists. We exceeded my capacity on the first house, and so the Lord brought along volunteers within each church, each congregation, each fellowship.
I believe that we're supposed to reflect the image of Christ, and so if he was a servant, it's not a volunteer. We're not volunteers, we're doing what we're called to do.
At some point in time, in God's will, this will be worldwide.
Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love is action. It's not just words, it's action. So when the Lord tells us to love our neighbor, we want to do it. We recognize that the The counties of the big country are our neighbors. And they're coming here to Abilene. We don't know them. You know, they're strangers, but they're our neighbors. There's no better way to love your neighbor than to help them in time of need. That's what Jesus called us to do here at Houses for Healing.